Right.
Episode 8, God's Plan.
Right.
This one was definitely inspired by the video that Drake put out. What was that, like a year ago or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I saw the video and I was like, man, the world was having fun with that video.
Oh yeah.
And the church was too. Because in the video, like, he had $1 million budget for the video. And he spent like $900,000 on just giving it out, giving money and blessings out to people.
Right.
Like just going out and just straight up doing good works. And so he spent a very little amount on the actual quality and the production of the video, more just giving it out. And so the video's just him going around just like superstores, supermarkets and all that. Like just, yo, this is on me. Going up in corner stores, everything's on me. He's going and finding that struggling couple or that struggling family on the street and going, here's some money. And just pretty much just doing a bunch of good charity and good works and everything like that.
Right.
And I remember when it first came out, the world was like, see, that's what we need to be doing. That right there, that's what God called us to do. Not preach sermons in church. That's what God told us to do. Not to be worried about putting money in the offering plate. Not to be over there trying to talk theology and all this. You just need to go out and make a change in the environment. Make a change in your neighborhood and change the world.
Yeah.
Through things that you can do. Not things that you can believe. Not things that you can preach about. Sick of going to church every Sunday and, it was crazy.
Yeah.
The backlash, and we'll see that a lot of times, the backlash that the church and Christianity and Christ gets when it comes to something that has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, and it was confusing to some, because it was like, here's someone who doesn't profess faith in Christ, or, at least I haven't heard him do it. And then he's doing something that people, are assuming that the church should be doing all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then they're seeing the prosperity preachers and all them doing what they do, fleecing God's people. It just created this, this confusing picture.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Sure. And it really sparked up some dope conversations too.
Yeah. Yeah. Comment section was lit in the God's Plan video. I mean, it was definitely one of those it was a big single off of his last album. So I just thought, man, we should discuss some of that and discuss, I guess, the mindset that comes from that right there.
Right.
So,
yeah.
A lot of the song itself is talking about the fact that Drake has money and success. And all of this is evidence that God is happy and approving of his lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because he has all of these things, God is happy with him. He must be happy with him. That's why God keeps on blessing him. God keeps on blessing him because he wants him to continue in doing this right here, what he's doing.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much living how he wants, but giving to those that are hurting, giving to those that are hungry, and all of those things that sound good from a worldly standpoint. Not that they aren't good, but they really sound good. They do.
Yeah.
And so it's like, no matter how you're living, no matter if you're out here chasing other men's wives or breaking hearts the way he does and, leading people astray.
Right.
It doesn't matter how you live. It just matters how you give.
Wow. That's a quote. Did you plan that?
No,
That
this
was
is
off
all
the top.
freestyle.
That was off the
This is
top.
my intro freestyle right now. And so it's like, that's the MC mind state right there.
Right.
So because he has money and success, this must be God's plan. But really it shows how selfish, how vain it really is.
Yeah.
It really is, man. It's sad because the church has fallen for this. And it's like, not only has our generation, our society, our culture and all that fallen for this as a false gospel. Like, this is what's going to change the world. This is what the world needs.
Yeah.
They've fallen for it as a false gospel, but some in the church have fallen for it as well.
Yeah.
And we're going to dive into that point a little bit later, which, the church falling into this.
Yeah, it goes back to, remember that episode we talked about the sinful heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can dress it up, you can add technology to it, you can add even civilization or being civil to an evil heart, but it's always evil. You know what I'm saying? And so an abundance of wealth or an abundance of, resources can never take care of the evil human heart, man.
Mm-hmm.
That will always come out.
What are some thoughts that come to mind when you think about God's plan for your life?
Yeah. So for me, I tend not to think present tense. You know, I always think past. I think about what Christ has done, the plan of redemption, and some people will be like, oh, you're just getting too theological and too heady or whatever it is. But that's not the case. I'm thinking foundationally of like who I am in Christ, what he's done. So when I think of God's plan for my life, I think of what God has done in Christ. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's important to note, because you can get easily lost into the benefits of Christ and not Christ.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
What he can offer and not who he is.
Right. So it's very easy. And some people will be tripping like, oh, man, I already know. I already know that theological stuff. Like, give me the practical. It's like, well, I think the theology, the foundation of our faith sets up the practical for us. And if we neglect it, we can easily go right into being just enjoying the benefits, enjoying the plan rather than the planner. You know what I'm saying?
I think to even piggyback on that, I think we're so used to, at least in our culture, of going about life that way.
Right.
Like, what can benefit me? So like, even some people will choose not only their job but their whole career based off of benefit packages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Like, some jobs offer banging benefit packages to where it's worth going through the bull crap because of the benefits that you get from it, whether it be the pay, whether it be the health insurance, and just everything else that comes with it. Like, working at McDonald's, you get a pretty good benefit package. I don't know if you know about that, but it's not that bad.
Stepped up the game.
Yeah, you even get a chance to actually like invest in your own franchise. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, yeah. It's definitely that benefit package for full-time McDonald's workers, at least I read somewhere, is really good.
All right. So we good.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get right back to that question. Keep on going on in the comment section, y'all. We're gonna keep on moving this forward. And I guess you could say with that question I just asked, like, what are some thoughts that come to mind when you think about God's plan for your life? I guess you could even ask a follow-up question, like, where do these thoughts come from? Right. Are they from you? Are they from an outside source? Are they from the Bible? So the first thoughts that you think or that come to mind when you think about God's plan for your life, where do they come from?